comrades. In case you haven't guessed yet, I'm Dan.
And I'm Steph. And we're just about to gallivant onto this evening's third and final act.
Well, hold on to your horses for just one moment, Steph. First, we'd like to remind everyone to donate to the cause.
Yes, sirree. That head sure isn't gonna fill itself up.
You do, Steph.
Especially not yours, Dan.
Anyway, our third and final act is one that is definitely based on true events. Give it up for Reverse Frame!
Just got 1 meat lettuce, extra meat, 1 pepperoni, skip the pepper, and yeah, 1 Hawaiian with 2 thirsty iron. Great, perfect. Gabbi, I got another call. Stop taking orders. I can't. I've got a debilitating fear of being a disappointment. Ethan, I thought I told you to change the lines.
I don't have any control of that.
You're on the audio desk.
That's not what that means. Hey, can I get an Aussie? I'll be honest.
What'd he say? You'd like an Aussie? What's on an Aussie? Ham, cheese, tomato, bacon, and eggs. Eggs? Yep. Pineapple? Depends on who you ask. Coming right up. Just cue reverse framed opening.
Silence! Please rise, you may be seated.
What is the matter?
The crowd against Mr. Furter.
No, James. You don't seem quite yourself. Is everything all right?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, actually, no. You see, yesterday was just a dreadfully long and boring day, what with all the murder trials, and I was desperately looking forward to this strudel I had in the fridge. As soon as I finally got home, however, I realised it was a day out of date, so I had to throw it out. When I did, though, I thought, best before is usually kind of a scam, and I'm not going to let a ginger tell me what to do, so I fished it back out, chopped off the edges, covered in all sorts of nasty substances, sat down to eat it, only to realise within a bite that it was spoiled after all.
My condolences. And once again, what is the matter?
You see, yesterday was just a dreadfully long...
No, James. The case.
Right. The crown against Mr. Furter.
Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honour.
Is the defence ready?
Yes, Your Honour.
Stand, Mr. Furter. Arraign the accused.
Mr. Furter, you stand charged that on the 16th day of July 2024, you intentionally murdered Dr. Charles Furter in his home. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Oh, he's funny. It's okay, Hank. We all know you didn't do it.
Excuse me, Your Honour. I'm guilty.
Hi, guilty. I'm Renee.
I'm serious. I killed him. I killed my father.
Here's how it happened. Frank did indeed murder his father, Dr. Charles Furter, at exactly 3:17 p.m. last Tuesday. The 32-year-old porridge enthusiast snuck into the dingy apartment with all the stealth of a tap-dancing camel on nitrous oxide.
Porridge enthusiast? I mean, I like porridge as much as the next guy, but like...
Frank was neither careful nor skilled in the execution of the execution.
Like, I'm not offended by that, I'm just...
While Charles, still famous for his 1991 instant bestseller, The Prophetic Power of Proper Names, was hosting as guest star in an online seminar, streamed live to...
284,973 eager audience members.
The unmasked, ungloved man stabbed him. Oh, what do you think, like 15, 16?
No, probably like 20.
Probably like 20 times. With a one-of-a-kind, personalised cheese knife.
Sure you did.
Hundreds of thousands of people witnessed it.
Witness schmitness. I mean, can you believe anything you see online these days?
There were 2 other people there the whole time.
Here's how it happened. Though remarkably fluent in onomastics, Charles Furter was not so fluent in the language of technology. So the event's coordinators hired a personalised tech team to fly in all the way from East Berlin.
We are the tech experts from Berlin.
They watched the whole thing from like 3 meters away.
We are the tech experts from Berlin.
Oh, thank goodness some witnesses.
The prosecution would like to call its first witness, the tech guys.
Me?
I'll allow it.
Please tell the court, in your own words, what happened on the 16th of July.
Well, we were in the airport and then in the morning.
And then helping Mr. Furter with the technology.
And then we
What do you mean, and then? And then you witnessed a murder.
It was barbaric.
Forever ingrained in the memory.
So you're saying you saw Mr. Furter commit the murder?
I don't think it was him. He's not in the movies.
After the conference, we saw the murderous and barbaric too. In 3D! We watched all the murder.
Okay. But before you watched the movie, you saw me kill my father, right?
Oh, I don't think so.
We
Sorry.
We must have fallen asleep.
Here's how it happened. After setting up the conference, the two tech guys decided to enjoy backstage passes to Dr. Furter's lecture. Upon listening intently to his speech on sleep-inducing names,
Such as Samantha, Samuel, Sladen.
they fell asleep to the sound of his soothing voice. Frank was none the wiser thanks to their reflective sunglasses and simply assumed they had an extremely high tolerance for witnessing violent endeavours. Little did Charles know, his last words would in fact be,
Sylvester, Slevin.
So if you didn't witness the murder, why are you here?
To give me false hope.
No. We thought this was the King Burger.
Burger King.
The King Burger, yeah, but we cannot find him anywhere.
Shall we have a witness from the defense? Yes, you, ma'am.
Hi, my name's Evelyn Morris and I run a laundromat just on the corner of Princeton and Chapelby Road.
And what is your relation to Mr. Furter and the incident?
Well, Frank has dropped his laundry off every Tuesday at 3:15 for as long as I've owned the place. That's,
Every week?
That's 6 years. Yes.
Wait, but the murder happens at exactly 3:17. So Mr. Furter just so happened to be missing from his regular activities at the time of the murder.
That's right, although he did come in late that day though, at around 5:45. I remember because it took me hours to get the stains out of his clothes. There was so much red.
His clothes are freshly stained, Your Honour.
Yes, I told him to wear an apron next time he underwent a passionate abstract painting session.
What?
Yeah, red paint everywhere.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Morris. My clothes were covered in blood.
No, it was red paint, I assure you. I know my liquids.
here's how it happened. A small mix-up at the Little Lily laundromat led to Frank's laundry being swapped with George the Butcher's. Having had a week off work, George pursued his secret hobby of pendulum painting with glee. But when it came to laundry day, the paranoia started to creep in. Desperate to remain undercover and faced with the perfect opportunity, the butcher swapped the labels of his and Frank's clothes to hold on to his brightly coloured secret.
There must have been some sort of mistake.
He's innocent and an artist.
I'm not, and I'm not.
Thank you, Miss Morris. Since the prosecution doesn't seem to have any more witnesses...
I was there too. Do I not count?
No. Shall we have another from the defense?
Of course, Your Honor. You!
Hi, my name's Gavin T. Clark, and I've been a forensic scientist at MI6 for 24.238191911111 years. After taking on this case as a bit of light recreation, my team and I can confirm that Mr. Furter is in fact innocent. I, Gavin T.
He guarantees!
Care to explain why?
The murder weapon was found at the scene of the crime. We traced it back to No Nonsense Knives, a company well respected in the market of personalised utensils. It was monogrammed with the initials FF.
It's, one of a kind.
Negative.
Here's how it happened. Despite advertising themselves as a local small business, No Nonsense Knives was in fact a global enterprise with stores and factories stationed in every major, minor, and in-between city on the globe.
Can I interest you in a piece of personalised cutlery?
Hola, cubiertos personalizados.
Bonjour, oui croissant.
Though indeed personalised, Frank's knife was not so special. Unbeknownst to him, FF was one of the 676 pre-existing possible two-letter combinations that the company commonly manufactured and sold to naive Freds and Francescas internationally. Put simply, Frank had been scammed.
Had good money for this.
We found 17,000 or so identically monogrammed knives. We actually retrieved them all for your viewing on
That's okay.
Hold on. My fingerprints must have been all over the knife.
Data inconclusive.
Pardon?
Data inconclusive. After the knife was found, a member of the forensics team, whose name I cannot state for his privacy reasons,
Of course, Gavin Tobias Clark.
secondarily utilised the knife for its intended purpose, on a cheese platter adjacent to the murder.
To be frank, that is incredibly unlucky.
Yeah, I would know.
What about all of the other evidence at the site?
After extensive calculations, taking into account Mr. Furter's physical capabilities purely from external observation, we have calculated the likelihood of him committing the murder to be -12.
Excuse me? Sounds about right. Are there any other witnesses who would wish to be heard before Mr. Furter's final sentencing?
I do. My name's Francesca Felice, and I'm here to get my knife back. But if I had friends, they'd call me Charles's coroner. Upon examining Dr. Furter's corpse in a purely autopsical way, I discovered the semi-decomposed remains of a suicide note.
Here's how it happened. Charles Furter was born with hyperglyhydria, a rare condition which results in low levels of stomach acid, low enough in his case for 80 GSM office paper and commercially sold printer ink to remain somewhat intact 18 or so hours into the digestion process.
To all my beloved fans, I'm writing this suicide note to you to inform you all that I have committed suicide. In all that I've seen as a prime minister, paramedic, firefighter, graphic designer, and firefighter, it's all too much to bear, and I'm afraid I can no longer bear it. Charles paused, his handsome brow furrowing in concentration as he adjusted his muscular grip on the pen he held in his muscular hand.
Unknown to anyone except his son, Dr. Furter was also secretly a writer of fiction. Prior to his death, he had drafted 34 and a half attempts of
The Thrilling Adventures of Charles Furter, name enthusiast.
under a pseudonym, yearning for the sweet taste of authentically constructed fame once more. Unfortunately, despite the success of his academic publications, none of his fictional works ever took off.
The brunette's emerald orbs widened with emotions as he excogitated how sorely the world would miss Ham.
It's anyone's guess as to why.
That's a page from the book that he was writing. My father was a huge perfectionist, would destroy any trace of unacceptable work. Alright, let me get this straight. You guys think that my father would write a suicide note to clear up any mystery surrounding his death, then proceed to put it in the one place nobody would find it, inside of his stomach?
Well, why else would he put it there?
Whose side are you on? I swear I did it. I've been framed. Reverse framed.
That's enough. You're getting the payment you deserve. £3 million in compensation.
No, I don't want any compensation.
Any more peeps from you and I'll make it 6. I declare the case of Frank Furter. Wait, your name is Frank Furter.
Yes.
Like the sausage.
Yes. So what?
Well, that changes everything.
Your Honor.
And Your Honor?
Oh, don't ask me, ask him. Why did you do it, Frank?
If that's even your real name.
It is.
Why did you kill your own father, sausage man?
Finally. Ever since I was born, I've been Frank Furter. It's been my whole life. Every elementary art piece.
See?
Every form, every email, every waking moment, a reminder that my father, an expert in the power of prophetic names, chose to title me after a skinny piece of boiled meat, deciding right then and there that is all I would ever be. And you know the worst part? He was right. I may look put together on the outside, but you don't want to know what's in here. I'm bad for people's hearts. I am skinny with abnormally transparent skin, and now I'm linked to a higher chance of premature death. Not that anyone would believe me despite live video footage from 3 separate camera angles. Charles Furter ruined my life. Sausage by name, sausage by nature. He ruined my life, so I ended his.
You couldn't just change your name?
No. What difference would it make? The prophecy was already written.
What about your mother's maiden name?
Her surname was Einstein.
Well, that is a convincing enough motive if ever I heard one.
All in favour of sending Mr. Frank Furter to prison, say aye.
Aye!
What a way to end the evening. And what an evening it's been for socio-animalian justice, Steph.
You're rooting too right, Dad! Tonight has solely been a night to celebrate our boreal marsupial predation.
Thank you to all those who gave so givingly to lessen awareness and decrease knowledge of this endangered species. I know that I'm already feeling so much more ignorant.
And we'd like to thank our live studio audience here for giving
Guys, what's going on? I explicitly told you to stop running telethons for fraudulent charities.
It seems we have a special guest in the studio today. The intergalactically renowned Marvin Marvo!
Yes, give it up to Marvin! Who will explain all that?
No. First it was land rights for sea cucumbers, and then there was that campaign to drain the Loch Ness of all its waters, and then there was that walkathon to fund public housing for termites.
He's only here.
Alright, that's enough, old sport.
What?
You're coming
What's
with
going
us.
on?
No
What's
need to
going on?
panic,
It's
mate. You're completely
It's a conspiracy.
safe.
No, the drop bears put them up to it. No, they're all working for the World Economic Forum. And you don't even have a valid food handler's license. It expired in January.
What do you want down this?
January.
I'm not going down for this! Not again!
It seems that Marvin had a previous engagement to go to.
Well, more's the pity. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We hope you'll be here next time as we raise money to help underprivileged millionaires.
Drive safely.
To me, that's absurd. You're insane.
No, silly. They don't exist.
These are the conversations we should be having. What's best? Letting is the way. So that you out of trees.
Alright, we have no reason to stop. Wait till Phil moderately afraid in the bush.
Nonetheless, you should definitely ask your parents to donate towards de-education about such creatures. Specifically to the humanitarian group The Edge via untraceable forms of payment.